Okay, so let's start with we're going to do a full standing posture. So it's like mountain pose, and then tree pose, and then I'm going to give you a little series of like a hip opener posture, and then we're going to break it down so that you can learn. And hopefully the visual is fine because I need to stand far enough back so we can see. Okay, so when we're standing in mountain, I'm just trying to get this the right way. Okay, so when we're standing in mountain, you're going to stand with your feet hip width apart. And if you're not sure, just take your heel and put it to the arch and then roll your foot out. Okay, the other way, that what gives you your hip width, internal hip width. If you're also not sure, you can also do the hang and loose sign and, put it down between your hands and your feet should be that far apart. That's your internal hip width. When we're standing in mountain, what you want to do is make sure your feet are straight. You have equal weight from the heels to the ball of the foot. Okay, so then we're going to just let the pelvis swing a little bit. In order to do that, we're going to bend your knees into a neutral position, which means, there's a flick of hydro. We're not hyperextending and we're not bent. It's just that natural flow in the knee. So, and then your pelvis is just gonna like sit here and you're just gonna now you're gonna have a little bit more of a problem getting that neutral position. So feet are hip width apart. You're gonna contract your quads and imagine you're pulling your quads up into your hips, and then we're gonna lift the lower belly. So as we pull in, again, we're imagining that we're tightening that belt, and we're gonna lift the rib cage, let your shoulders drop, and you want to feel like you're lifting everything up until the chest, and then the shoulders come back down. Hands are in prayer. So you're just going to gently press the palms together as we work to lift the chest. Now, you're going to feel a lot of work as you're standing and contracting everything. So we're not rolling your feet out. We want to have equal weight again from the heel to the ball of the foot. You're lifting the hips up, lift the quads, so you're pulling everything up, contracting all of those muscles as well, and pulling in. So imagine we're pulling in, and tightening, and then lift. So we're small arch of the back here, but we let the shoulders, and then hands to prayer. When you've got all that, you're just going to do your deep breathing as well as hold in pull the abdominal muscles in. As you hold the abdominal muscles in and deep breathe, it strengthens the abdominal wall, and that's what we want. So our first balance is always standing in mountain. Okay, take a nice long deep breath in. And exhale. And again, we're going to imagine that string at the base of the skull from the crown of the head like a ballerina. So everything's lifting upward as we breathe. Let's go 4 more breaths in. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. 1 more in, inhale, and exhale. Release your arms, excuse me. If you need to do this beside a wall, do it beside a wall. If you also need a chair for the next one, I don't have one handy. So if you need a chair for the next one, you're going to place a chair on the straight leg. So as we go into tree, there's multiple options in order to do this. So you're going to stand on the supporting foot. So we're going to take the left first, and you're going to lift that rib cage. So it's like you lift the hips as if you were good to go up the stairs, opposed to sinking down as you would go down the step. So we're lifting the hip as we're to lift up, and then we're going to support. So again, if you're holding onto the chair here, countertop, back of the couch, doesn't matter, whatever you need. Now, as we lift, you're going to press your feet down into the floor, spread your toes, contract your quad, squeeze your butt cheek, pull in. We're going to start with just rotating this hip out and place the sole of your foot against your ankle. Okay? We're not coming, this is later. Okay? You work it up. So you see how my hip just dropped down? That's going to throw me off balance. So you want to try to lift the toe up off the floor. So we're lifting up. There's as much work going on in this leg as it is to open the hip this way. So when you open this hip, you're squeezing your butt cheeks together as if you're trying to hold a towel back there and lifting. Okay, so as you're pressing down into the floor, lift, and then bring the sole of the foot to your ankle, and again, hold on. Lift, lift, shoulders always drop. So every time we do a balance, everything's coming up. You should feel this quad burning, your calf is burning, everything is burning. It is currently for me. And again, pulling in, so we can arch the back, lift the chest, and breathe. And then you're going to bring, either your hands are going to stay here, and you're holding on. Bring one hand to prayer. Bring both hands to prayer. Okay, so eventually we'll work your foot up to your calf or around the knee. So we're not going to place the heel on the knee. You're going to go above it. So the arch of your foot, then, see how I just had to lift because I was sinking down. Now, you're going to shake that out, and we're going to switch sides. So again, wherever you are, you're going to rotate because you want to have the support, the wall, the couch, whatever, here along this leg that's straight. So we're going to lift, and again, push the foot down into the floor. It's that separation that we feel from the knee as we open that up. Contract your quad, squeeze your butt, pull the abs in, and then this rotate it out. So you're going to squeeze your butt cheeks together so it allows those hips to open, and then place the sole of your foot against your ankle. Now, if you need to put your toe on the floor, put your toe on the floor. I'm going to pretend like I'm holding on to something, right, to stabilize. And again, we're going to focus on lifting here. It's going to be the hardest part for you. Lift, shoulders drop. Okay, and then squeeze your butt. This is going to open up. Okay, and then if you've got one hand in prayer or place it on your hip, doesn't matter, one step at a time. If you can advance it and bring it around the calf, do that. And again, holding on. If your foot's on the toe, or your toe is on the floor, and we're lifting, and you want to bring both hands to prayer, give it a try. And then breathe. Focus on your breath. Focus on one thing. Don't move your eyesight around. You will fall down. Okay, squeezing the bum. Pulling in. You're going to wobble. It's okay. Clench your toes like you're grabbing into the towel, like you're grabbing a towel, trying to move the towel. Clench your toes down into the floor. Good. And then release. And then just come out and then shake it out. Okay? Your calf should be on fire. Your quad should be on fire. You should feel that. So you can hold for 1 to 5 breaths in each one of these postures. So mountain, and then 5 on each side. That'll give you a really good base. And then the last one I wanted to show you, you can either start it or work up to it. So you're going to, again, stand. Everything is lifted. Always lifting. We're always elevating up, like we're going to take the foot, like they take the knee up the stair, not down the stair. So we're here supported. All we're going to do, have something to hang on to, lift, pull it all in, bring your knee so that your knee is in line with your hip. We're 90-degree angles, foot hangs straight down. So we're not forward, we're not tucked under, we're right here. What that's going to do is make the transverse abdominal work more. We don't want to lift your hip this way. If you can't, you want to keep it here and then just lift your knee wherever you can. It does not have to come up to 90 degree right away. We're here. pull in. And again, if you can go into prayer, great. If not, hand on the hip, hand on your support. We're going to squeeze your butt cheek to open the knee, bring it back to center, and place it down. Okay? If your support's over here, because now always the support's on the side. And again, lifting everything, pull the knee up, hand on the hip if you need to. Take a breath, squeeze your butt cheek. So the hip doesn't go anywhere, it's opening here. This is mobility. So wherever this happens to be, don't worry about it. And then you're gonna bring it back in and release. So if your knee only goes to here, that's all it goes. It's fine. Concentrate on squeezing your butt cheeks together. Like if you're gonna go, whoa, right? That's gonna help open the hip over time. But if you're really tight, which you are, this movement is a lot. Okay, so those are the 3 balance. We're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna send this to you, obviously. So you're gonna work on these 3 balance postures, and then you can put them all together. So we're gonna do that right now. Standing in mountain. And again, we're gonna lift everything. And breathe. Take 4 more deep breaths in. And exhale. And again. And release. 2 more breaths. And release. Last breath. And release. Release your arms. Take a breath in. And shift the side to the left. We're picking that hip up. Bring the sole of your foot to your ankle. Contract everything. Bring your hands into prayer. If you're holding on to something, hold on to something. We're going to hold for 4 breaths. Here we go. And again, breathe. Two more. Last breath in. Bring the knee in as you exhale and place your foot. Take a breath. Standing on the right, shifting the weight over. Remember, we're going to pick that hip up. Bring the sole of your left foot to the outside of your inside of your ankle. Squeeze your butt cheeks together and lift. And again, if you're holding on, this is your position here to breathe or bring it into prayer. Nice long breath in. Two more breaths in. Last breath in. As you exhale, bring the knee back in and reposition. So we're standing on both feet. Take a breath. Relax your arms, roll the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to do the little hip opener. So we're going to stand on the left, lift the hip up like you're going up the chair, and lift the knee. Hang on to your position if you need to. Take a breath in and exhale. We're going to inhale and exhale, open. Inhale, exhale and close and release. Take a breath. Standing on the right, shift the weight over. Here we go, as we inhale, lift. And exhale. Take a breath in. Exhale and open. Inhale. And exhale and close. Take a breath. And exhale and release. All right, the last posture, if you want to do a couple more times, do that. Otherwise, this is it for your balance posture. Try to add this in 1 to 2 times per the week. And that's it. Okay, as you know, if you have any questions, email me.